Tonight on CTV News at 5.
It is. It's the first time I've seen in my entire polling career, which is a long time, that we've seen this measurable increase.
Love of country, Canadian pride soars as we prepare to celebrate the nation's birthday.
It's almost like a time machine here, and will make you feel like being in France.
And a taste of Paris, an authentic French cafe brings the bon to bon appetit.
Muggy with fog patches tonight. A few showers expected in the region for Canada Day.
Live from the Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Maria Panopalis. Thank you for joining us. First at 5 tonight, Canadian pride. From buying local to cheering on Team Canada at the World Cup, Canadians are happy to wave the flag from coast to coast to coast. As we prepare to celebrate our nation's birthday, CTV's Brianne Foley asked Maritimers how they show their true patriot love. Hi there, Brianne.
Hi, Maria. Yes, Maritimers, for the most part, are feeling pride as we head into July 1st, and we do have the stats to back it.
Everything makes me proud here. A peace, I would say, good air quality, and I have learned a lot here.
Very proud.
Do you think that's increased in the last little bit?
Yes.
Being in Canada is something that it always gives you the freedom of being what you want to be.
Canadian pride is on the rise.
As a society, we typically haven't historically been a really proud nation. You know, we're almost apologetic at times. But the last 3 years has really seen a significant increase, especially since, Trump and tariffs back a year ago, February.
According to those polled, a large majority, 83%, say they are proud to be Canadian. In Atlantic Canada, that number jumps to 90%. Over the past few months, pride has increased by 34% nationwide and 38% in Atlantic Canada. While almost 50% feel Canada is a great place to live, those results jump to 54% in Atlantic Canada. But pride is lacking for some.
18 to 34-year-old segment has really almost missed out a bit. If you look at the number in that group that is not very proud, it's 20%, which may seem small, but it's double or triple the number in other age categories.
It's down.
Why?
Because I'm Indigenous. I wouldn't identify as Canadian.
But support for Canada is top of mind for many.
I think we are, as a human, improving, and that's what our kids are also learning here.
Support our local business Saturday or something like that. Yeah. There we go.
You have the tags with the items like made in Canada, so that's one of the way of me giving it back to the Canada.
And even though there is still work to be done,
actually act towards the truth and reconciliation recommendations.
For the most part, being Canadian is having a moment.
It's the first time I've seen in my entire polling career, which is a long time, that we've seen this measurable increase. So it is, in a sense, good news. It is a catalyst for us, binding together and being proud as a nation.
Steve Mossop added that when they first polled Canadians as the World Cup started, the excitement was muted, but now we're seeing significant increase in excitement and viewership, something that father-daughter duo added to their pride as Canadians in recent months. Maria?
Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all, and I have a feeling it'll keep on soaring as we head to the weekend here for that big game. Thank you, Brianne. CTV's Brianne Foley for us in the news center this evening. That actually brings us to tonight's web poll. We're asking, are you feeling more proud to be Canadian these days? You have three options. Yes, I'm feeling prouder than ever, or I'm feeling about as proud as always, and your final option, no, I'm feeling less proud these days. Just go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca to weigh in and to see the latest poll results. All right, Todd Batt is standing by now with a look at the day's headlines. Hi, Todd.
Hi there, Maria. We're going to begin tonight with some information that police in Halifax have just revealed that the bodies of two men found in a home in a suburb of Halifax are being investigated as suspicious. We'll bring you what details we have at 6 o'clock. Meanwhile, St. John police are investigating several cases of vandalism in the city. Someone has damaged several plaques and memorials in King Square. There have been other incidents in other parts of St. John, and we'll have the details for you at 6. Nova Scotia is spending $8 million to maintain roads and combat pothole problems. Dozens of pieces of specialized equipment will be added to the fleet, which the government says will result in longer-lasting pothole repairs. And who isn't happy to hear that? Details for you later. And we'll hit the water. There's another big canoe event at Lake Bannock this week, the International Canoe Federation Championships, the second international event this month at the lake. More than 60 countries, 800 athletes are in the region over the next 5 days, and we will head there and hear from some of them. Kayla Mitchell has some summer temperatures. Boy, it's really cranked it up now.
And this isn't even going to be the peak for the heat and humidity this week. That is coming up for Thursday and Friday for the Maritimes. But today it was hot. It was muggy for a good portion of the region. We're looking at temperatures now. Moving into the first part of this evening, you can see that there are many in mainland Nova Scotia as well as New Brunswick that are around the mid to high 20s. Even St. Stephen in the southwest New Brunswick right now sitting at 30 degrees. And temperatures are more moderate in Prince Edward Island with Summerside and Charlottetown at 24 this hour, and for parts of the east of Nova Scotia, including Cape Breton, where temperatures are between 20 and 24 degrees. There's a little bit of mugginess, so humidex values are making it feel up into the high 20s and low 30s for a good portion of the Maritimes, and that humidity is going to be climbing as we make our way through the end of this week. Again, peak heat and humidity for the Maritimes looks like it's going to be Thursday and Friday before maybe humidity levels come down a little bit in the upcoming weekend. Winds right now, relatively light, mostly being sustained between around 10 and 20 kilometers per hour, getting a few gusts reported in the southwest of Nova Scotia near 30. Over on radar and satellite, we've had a couple of thunderstorms pop up today. There was one strong thunderstorm made its way through Cape Breton earlier this morning. There were a couple thunderstorms that popped up just off the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia, and still a chance that we could see a pop-up shower or thunderstorm over the first part of this evening in northern and central areas of New Brunswick. I'll have more on the weather, more on Canada Day coming up a little bit later on. Maria.
Thank you very much, Kaylin. We'll hold you to it. We'll see you in just a little bit. Right now, though, if you plan to rent a car this summer, you might be wondering if it's cheaper to choose an electric vehicle. CTV's Pat Foran explains why there are many factors to consider when making a decision.
High fuel prices can affect your travel plans and your vacation budget. You may think renting an electric car could save you money.
Charging an EV is almost always going to be cheaper than filling up a gas car. But how much you save, it really depends on a lot of different factors.
Before renting an electric car for a road trip, there are things to know. Are there chargers where I'm staying? Will the car's battery range match my driving? And how long will charging take?
One type of charger is called a level 2 charger. And these are the type you'll find at most homes, at hotels, at some businesses that offer free charging. Now, these are great for charging overnight, but a DC fast charger, which you'll probably see at a highway rest area or right off a major road, these tend to be a little more expensive to use, but they could recharge your EV in under half an hour.
Renting an electric car can make sense if you're staying in an urban area, but for long road trips, especially if you're going off the beaten path where chargers are scarce, a hybrid might make more sense. You can still use less gas without having to plan your route around charging stops. Also, watch out for rental deals that look cheap up front. Some companies and third-party websites offer lower rates if you pay in advance or agree to a mystery car. But those deals may come with fewer options if your plans change. No matter what kind of car you rent, pay close attention to the return rules. Gas cars may need to be fueled up, electric cars recharged.
Some rental companies will charge you a fee if they need to recharge a rental car.
If you book a rental through a third-party vendor such as CAA, Costco, or Priceline, you may have to make changes on the site rather than directly with the rental company. Also, while more rental companies are offering electric vehicles, there may be a limited selection. Pat Foran, CTV News.
Thank you, Pat. Good to know. After the break, we'll celebrate 45 years of support in this story.
I'm Derek Hagan in Moncton. Coming up on CTV News at 5, I'm going to tell you about an incredible organization that has been providing shelter and safety for over 10,000 people since 1981. The story of Crossroads for Women is coming up.
It's time to register your rig for the 2026 Big Rigs, Big Hearts, Big Results Convoy. Get your crew together and participate in this day of fun for Special Olympics. The 15th annual convoy rolls through Dartmouth October 3rd. Visit truckconvoyns.ca.
Welcome back. A New Brunswick organization that's helped women escape domestic violence for decades marks a milestone this year. As CTV's Derek Haggett shows us, they're also honoring those survivors in a unique way.
Some of the children who come to stay here call it a hotel or summer camp. but it's a sanctuary for those escaping domestic abuse.
What I often hear about our services is they are wonderful. It is just so unfortunate that we need them, but that's why we're here.
Crossroads for Women is a 41-bed emergency shelter for women and their children in southeast New Brunswick. They support survivors of domestic, sexual, or gender-based violence and provide crisis intervention services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
There is a huge demand for our services, which is why we're also growing, not only in capacity with our beds and our supportive housing units, but also adapting to the needs of the community.
It began in 1980 when a group of women went to see a documentary at the Université de Moncton.
And that's when they realized really that domestic violence is in every community, and they wanted to do something about it.
By June of 1981, their doors were open, and they provided a safe place for over 10,000 women and children since. Today, there are new types of violence the founders in the early 80s didn't have to deal with.
When we look at online harm, online harassment, online bullying, and now even with AI and deepfakes, and there are just new forms of violence, so we are forever adapting and innovating however we need to.
Crossroads for Women has launched its anniversary fundraising campaign. They're asking people in the community to donate $45 in honor of their 45 years of existence. The hope is to raise $10,000 in honor of the 10,000 people who have stayed at the transition house. Crossroads is currently operating at peak capacity. Derek Haggett, CTV News.
Thank you, Derek, and wonderful work. 45 years, and just keep on going. Kaylin Mitchell joins us now. It is the last day of June, and the day before Canada Day, so the pressure is high, Kaylin. What do you have for us? Yeah.
Is it the barometric pressure that's high? Because that would be a good sign for Canada Day. Coming up for tomorrow, hey, let's look out first at uptown in St. John for today, where it was a very warm and somewhat muggy day. Coming up for tomorrow, temperatures may cool off a few degrees in general for the Maritimes. There'll still be some mugginess to the air. A couple showers, maybe a chance of a thunderstorm, but pretty spotty in the region. So I'll have more on that coming up after the break.
Welcome back. Kaylin Mitchell joins us once again. And Kaylin, I know it's Wednesday, but I've been calling it the first Friday of the week because we get two this week. Yeah.
I like that. That's a good way to look at it.
Oh, and we're hoping for a good day off tomorrow. Nice weather to go with it.
Yeah, I mean, we have this weather right now in the Maritimes where it's a little warm, it's a little humid, and there's a little bit of cooler air sitting above us. So that does create a little bit of instability each day. So like the past couple of days, coming up for tomorrow, there's going to be some pop-up showers and the risk of a thunderstorm with them. But it's not like they're going to be widespread and prolonged throughout the entire day for tomorrow.
I'll take it.
Let's take a look at our sunrise and sunset times. And for that, we're going to go to a beautiful view of the public gardens here in Halifax and what was a very warm and muggy day. And we do have a peak in the heat and humidity for the Maritimes. Still coming up a little bit later on this week. Both Thursday and Friday look like they're going to be very hot and humid for the region before conditions may moderate a little bit on the weekend. Let's take a look at our weather systems map right now. Barometric pressure at the moment is middle of the road. Not too high, not too low. There's some partly cloudy conditions. We did have a couple showers, a few thunderstorms pop up in the Maritimes for today, but very isolated in their coverage. A couple of those early this morning coming across Cape Breton. A few popped up just off the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia. A little bit of shower activity right now around northern and central areas of New Brunswick. The chance of a shower does increase a little bit for tomorrow because we'll have the arrival of this warm front. But still, as we take a look at our forecast timeline in a moment, you'll notice that the coverage of those showers is expected to be pretty widely scattered in the region. Taking a look at things on radar right now, if there is going to be another couple thunderstorms pop up, it's mostly going to be through northern and central areas of New Brunswick where you can see some shower activity developing. This again is being driven mostly by daytime heating, so as we make our way through the evening hours, those should be coming to an end. Additionally, a few thunderstorms that I mentioned that popped up just off the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia continue to drift towards the southeast. Taking a look at our forecast timeline for cloud cover and precipitation. Heading into the overnight hours, partly cloudy conditions, fog patches, low chance of a shower drifting across eastern areas of New Brunswick, including Moncton, Prince Edward Island, and into northern and eastern areas of Nova Scotia. We do start off Wednesday morning with fog patches around the Maritime region and a chance of showers around Prince Edward Island and eastern Nova Scotia, as well as in the southwest of Nova Scotia, the Tri-County region, Digby, Yarmouth, Shelburne counties. And then moving from the morning hours into the afternoon, this is when we may see some further isolated showers with a risk of a thunderstorm pop up here and there around the Maritimes. Very hit and miss with their coverage. There'll be some further fog patches as we move through Wednesday night into Thursday, and again, hot, humid conditions coming up Thursday and Friday. Winds in the forecast for tomorrow. Initially, as we make our way through the morning hours into the afternoon, the winds are going to be out of a west direction, but by the afternoon, out of the southwest. And they're going to be a little bit breezier than they have been over the past couple of days. A little bit more on the gusty side. Some of the gusts for Nova Scotia, 30 to 50 kilometers per hour. Some of the wind gusts for New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island getting up between 30 and 40 kilometers per hour. And that southwest wind will keep temperatures a little bit cooler around the Bay of Fundy coastline in New Brunswick and parts of the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia. Now, low temperatures in the forecast for tonight around the Maritimes will be mostly in the low to mid-teens, but there is some humidity in the air, so it'll feel a little bit on the stuffy side. And then high temperatures in the forecast for tomorrow. You know, northern and western areas of New Brunswick still likely to get some high temperatures in the mid to high 20s, feeling well into the 30s with the humidex. As for Prince Edward Island and much of Nova Scotia, a lot of the high temperatures will be around the low to mid 20s. Temperatures a little bit cooler around the Bay of Fundy coastline in New Brunswick and directly on parts of the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia, where that southwest wind may keep them mostly around the high teens. Want to take a look at Thursday's forecast, though. I mean, if tomorrow is our first of two Fridays, and I guess Thursday is our second of two Mondays this week. So Thursday for tomorrow, look at that heat. Yeah, a lot of high 20s, a lot of low 30s away from the coast, and humidity levels are going to be higher as well. So the Maritimes, we're going to need to be prepared for basically some peak summer heat and humidity to close out the week. All right, let's take a look at our weather watcher for tonight. And tonight's weather watcher is coming in from 8-year-old Dylan from Brookhouse Elementary. Dylan has sent us a drawing of the sun in a big blue sky. Thank you, Dylan. Great job. Weather watchers can come in anytime to CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or email kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Maria.
Thank you, Kaylin. So a North Preston woman who's made basketball her career brought her love of the game back to the courts in Halifax. CTV's Brianne Foley takes us to Denisha Provo's basketball camp.
I actually got invited to this camp through Denisha's dad.
I saw it on Instagram and I thought it was a good idea to get my name out there.
However they heard about it, youth from all over Nova Scotia jumped at the chance to join Denisha Provo's Nike basketball camp.
To be able to bring this partnership here in Nova Scotia is something I've always wanted as a kid. So I'm able to do it more for like the other youth in all communities and bring everyone together so that, you know, you can get to the next level and basketball is going to take you there.
Helping to elevate their game by bringing in the pros.
It's about empowering the youth, and that's what I've always been about. And just to see their faces, you know, light up when you talk about strength, you know, when you talk about being you authentically, you know what I'm saying, and unapologetically. And so to see that strength come out, that's just what it's all about for me.
Learning from two people who know what it takes to get to the highest level allows them to grow.
Meeting all these people, meeting Rod, meeting Denisha, meeting all the coaches, it shows what the next level looks like and like what can happen and what like we have to prepare for.
They're both high-level athletes, like they played at the biggest level, and learning from people like that makes me elevate my game more and like makes me better overall.
It's a goal that is also obtainable, you know what I'm saying? And so making it real for them in that moment is what motivates them.
Continuing to foster that motivation is important to Provo.
One of the things that I hold pride in, because basketball has done so much for me, and coming to Nova Scotia, that's where I'm from. Like, that's something that I want to continue to build, and it's going to be something that we're able to have more athletes, be able to get more involved.
With this camp showing Nova Scotian ballers, their dreams are possible.
Get to the next level, play D1 in the States, go to prep school.
Like if I keep working harder, I might get to where I want to be.
Where is that?
And I want to play pro basketball.
Provo will be bringing more Nike camps to Nova Scotia in 2027. Brianne Foley, CTV News, Halifax.
What a wonderful opportunity for all those young athletes. Awesome. All right, taking a break. When we come back, it's all French to me.
Any customer coming in should feel traveling directly to France.
Say bonjour to one of Bedford's newest boulangeries. Get a taste of Le Marché Parisien. Next. Welcome back. A new cozy cafe in Bedford, Nova Scotia transports visitors to France without traveling overseas. CTV's Mike Lamb takes us to Le Marché Parisien. No passport necessary.
Bienvenue au marché parisien. My name is Hicham. I am the co-founder of Le Marché Parisien, which means the Parisian market. So we are French. With my partner, we decided to launch this project, which is a French concept store. We also make sure that we have fresh bread every day. We bake all day long our French pastries, which are mostly made with French ingredients to provide the French experience. We do have also specialty coffee. Our barista can prepare you very nice, high-quality drinks, and a retail grocery section with a lot of imported goods that we bring directly from France. The main idea is that any customer coming in should feel traveling directly to France when seeing all the products that we offer that are really unique, with the ambiance, the decoration, French music.
Un instant paisible.
We do have 50 seats capacity for dine-in, and we also have a patio outside that can accommodate 24 seats. It's almost like a time machine here, because whenever you come here, you will see that through the atmosphere, the music, the decoration, it will be unique and will make you feel like being in France some time ago. So come down to Le Marché Parisien. We are open from 7 to 7, 7 days a week, and we look forward welcoming you. Merci.
I have to tell you, I've been there, and it's delightful. I've enjoyed it so much.
What did you get?
Well, I got some pastries and some coffee, and my daughter had hot chocolate, which was also lovely. So we really enjoyed it, and we hope you do too if you end up going.
Looks phenomenal.
We really want some nice weather, Kaylin, and
yes.
I think you're going to deliver somewhat.
Yeah, it's okay for tomorrow. It's a mix of sun and cloud. There's going to be a couple pop-up showers, thunderstorms in the region, but they're going to be very hit and miss by coverage. And we got a lot of hot weather coming up for the end of this week, so more on that coming up at 6.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Have yourselves a wonderful Canada Day. Kaylin's back at 6. I'll see you on Thursday. The national news is next.